having this is I don't know what's going on. There's always like a slight glitch or a problem. So let's try this out. It's okay. Not a big deal. Thank you. Starting over again on the other side. If you hear me, can you hear me this side? You can hear me this side, right? Okay. So that is why I record both, because sometimes things happen and I find that having both accessible becomes like a thing. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I also have to deal with my Poshmark. Give me a second. Oh gosh. I'm supposed to be responsible and do my save to device. Okay, so it's saved to the device. We are going to go on and let's do this. Hold on. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Okay. Let's do, okay, YouTube Creates. I don't know if anybody knows how to use YouTube Creates. This is like a bit glary here. Let's bring this out. Okay, now I'm going to put, where is it? Here. I think that's the one, right? Import. So I'm going to import, you can hear me, right? On this side. The other side, I started over again if you guys can't hear me. I don't know what's going on. Things are going on today and yesterday. So I'm just kind of doing this because I feel this is a good example of what happens if you're not capable of doing multiple things. I'm supposed to be doing my Poshmark, but I thought since you can see that there are all these problems, today is a good day to go in and show people how to resolve that issue. So for instance, if you record a vertical live, and I like to go live because it's easier to edit and record because it just saves me time. So vertical live and horizontal live. And if you go vertical and horizontal, if one or the other doesn't work, like just happened now, you can use one or the other to fix either the audio or the visual. Most likely audio. So if you have two visuals, you can actually work with that, right? That's like an important process. So I'm doing that right now. Let me know if you can hear me on this side because I had to start over again. It's been there was a glitch. The same thing happened yesterday. There was a glitch and then it backed out on the sound, which is what I'm going to edit here now because I feel as if this is a good example of how you can use skills in more than one way to develop a channel, a video, an editing format. If you can hear me, let me know. Just press a like or send a comment. I think the glitch from earlier, the same thing happened the other day. The glitch caused the sound to, I don't know, it just, and I switched it out. So obviously it was, it might have been a YouTube thing, I don't know. But now you can see me on both sides. So I'm just downloading the video from the video. Okay, so that's what I'm doing right now. Let's put some music on. I'm just putting my music on as usual because if I don't put my music on, then it's going to be like a big palaver on here. Give me a second. Sorry, folks. So if you have video creates, create video, video creates, YouTube creates, and it's free. If you don't know that YouTube Create is free, I recommend, I don't use what is it? I used to use Final Cut Pro, and I don't use, what is that other stuff that people use? CapCut. CapCut? Can't stand CapCut. It's too generic, but Final Cut Pro was the original version of editing, and I used that for a while. And I had a lot of friends that were learning on Final Cut Pro. So, Create, I now use for editing on the phone and the iPad because the apps are now accessible on that. I was using iMovie, but there are like lots of problems with the iMovie, so I don't use that. And I now use YouTube Creates and also edits, like Instagram edits, and they both kind of work really nicely together. So that's what I'm dealing with right now, okay? If you can't hear me, let me know. Okay, let's add the music. Still. Okay, so I'm going to show people, if you can see it. I don't know if you can see it. So we can talk about the music, but I wanted to show, because now there was like this whole glitch. This is a very good example of what we have to do if we have complications, right? Today was a great example, another great example. Always have a backup. Even the music, always have a backup in music, right? I came here in the United States without any equipment. I might have brought my keyboard with. And then in the end, I sold the keyboard to get a new one because I was teaching music at Guitar Center. So yeah, that's how I ended up with all the equipment. Okay. Welcome in, thanks for popping over. Let me know if you can hear. The sound was not working earlier. I think it is now though. Okay. So we're gonna start. I'm still downloading. It takes a few moments for an hour and 30 minutes to download onto YouTube Creates. If you don't have YouTube Creates, I recommend getting it. I think it's useful. I think it's better. I was using iMovie. I wasn't really into the CapCut. I like Final Cut Pro if I need to get into the more detailed stuff. But I haven't used that in a while, right? So this is like the whole thing. And this jacket I made, I made this. And then this I also make. So I do multiple things. I didn't necessarily, if I had kids, I think I would not have the time to do it. So I think because I don't have kids, I have the time during the day to be like constructive on multiple levels. This is where I am right now. So that's why I do lots of different things. My family's in South Africa. I moved back to the States. I'm with like my partner, but I don't have kids. So because I don't have the kids at 46, I'll be 47 this year, I have the time to be constructive, right? That's like, I think if I had kids, we would have had like a lot more of a complicated issue. Okay, so there's no sound there. Now what I'm going to do is I found out there was the same thing happened to this video yesterday. No sound, but I had the visuals. So now I'm gonna go back in and pull out the other audio like this, okay? And I'm gonna put this on silent in a few moments. Live. Which one? This one. Save to device. So now the vertical sound can be transferred onto the landscape. If you have a glitch, like I had a glitch yesterday, this is where this comes in. Okay, so this is what I'm doing right now. I think you probably can hear me here. Hopefully I started it over again on this side so you can hear me this time here. This happens sometimes because the apps have glitches, and the glitches are part of every app. It's not just YouTube. Every app seems to have its own problems at certain points at certain times. And I wouldn't be surprised if I'm not the only one that's experienced that yesterday and today. So hopefully they're fixing and resolving whatever it is that we're dealing with. So I'm downloading, you can download, this is another good reason to have a channel, is if you're trying to, if you have something you want to research or talk about or discuss, and you need something or a place to save. Like I use YouTube as my storage space. Since I don't have enough iCloud space, I'm like, okay, where's another solution if you want to like this is a good place because it's always saved. It's a saved space. YouTube, you can save the videos and then you can download them anytime you like, whenever you want. So that is a bonus. That is a bonus. Maybe a good reason to have a whole bunch of videos. Positive videos, but have a whole bunch of videos. Yeah. Give it a moment. So I'm downloading this. So we're going to mold the sounds together. Okay, that's like a good example. Oops. Yeah. So this is, that you can download these videos, right, on your device. If you have the back end information, this you can constantly do on your own. You don't need like somebody to help you or assist you with this. You need to just know the back end, right? But there has been a slight glitch from yesterday. I mean, I saw that happening yesterday as well. So today is a good example of figuring it out. Okay, so I'm going to show people how to edit this. I'm going to lower the sound and we're going to talk through this in a few moments. Okay. Okay. And then after this quick edit, since I have to do this anyway, then I have to shift back to my Poshmark. This space over here is used for my Poshmark. So this is my fashion section. You can see how small the space is. But I'm utilizing all the spaces here. And usually when you're taking photographs of garments, the preferable choice would be to have a white background. That's always a good thing to have. If you have, white is always the best layout because it reflects light and it actually helps with making sure that the whole image of the garments or whatever it is you're showing is displayed correctly, right? Okay, now let me go back to the eye. Okay, so we're going to also, so you see this is the original video. What we're going to do is actually, yeah, this is how we're going to do this now. We're going to overlay. I don't know if you guys know anything about overlaying, but an overlay is great. Okay, so I don't know if you know overlay, but the overlay, you can use I tried this the last time and it worked. So the overlay we're going to use for this, okay. As long as now I have to wait for it to download again. So if you record both the landscape and a vertical version, okay, I don't just do this because I'm wanting to. I'm sort of wanting to, but the two become useful when it comes down to editing. And always have a backup. So if one backs out, you have the other, and then vice versa. So that's why I'm doing this, okay? I'm also being like the creative background, whatever person that needs to be the editor as well, right? I don't have a team, I am the team. I'm the only team that's here, and that's how it's like happening. Can you hear me? I hope you can hear me. And I started over again on the other side because there was a glitch. Yesterday there was also a glitch. So we're kind of working around this. And what I'm doing now is I'm basically going to go through how to resolve the issue through video editing. I can talk about music. I think I briefed it yesterday, but I think it's important to talk about the other side, which is the production side, the back end of, not the production side, but the video production side, right? If I had a problem with it, then I'm sure other people would have the same issue. And I also noticed if you're having problems uploading a video, this is how I do it. If you're having a problem uploading a video and the sound does not come on as yours, okay, what you can do is you can use another app. Say you have CapCut, or you have edits, Instagram edits. And instead of sending it directly to your YouTube channel first, and I've spoken about this before, and it works every time, you send it over to another app, and then from there you transfer it onto YouTube before you decide to jump on and just drop it in YouTube. Because somehow it cancels, the extra app layer cancels the sound, cancels that glitch that YouTube has on occasion. I find that was a really useful thing. I figured it out for myself, but I also think it's important. Sorry, I'm busy looking at YouTube as my Poshmarks. People are giving me 5 stars. I just need to see what it is first. Oh, yeah. I'll get to that just now. So we're just waiting. Once again, you have to download. The import takes a few moments, but we'll get into this. If you do have any questions specifically on the music or the fashion or whatever, let me know. I can answer all the questions. Hopefully it's something I can assist you with while I'm waiting for this. But I wanted to talk about this because there are some technical glitches like you saw now. Technical glitches that do occur when you're doing a live or when you're trying to edit something, and you sort of need to know how to kind of like do the go arounds, right? Behind the scenes, how to do things without panicking. So if you have technical skills in multiple areas, you're generally set. You can do like 10,000 jobs for like one person or with one person, yeah. Okay. So I'm my own IT specialist. Let's put it that way. Oh my goodness. Still downloading. So what I'm going to do is once this is downloaded, this is the vertical version, I'm going to transfer it onto the landscape, and the landscape, it's going to be overlay, and the overlay you can transfer the sound, and you can actually delete the video without the sound being removed. So I tested it out and it worked the last time. So I have another video that the same thing happened to, and now I'm... Hi, welcome. Can you hear me this time? I was having a problem with the... Hi, how are you? I'll be with you just... I hope... Yeah, good? Oh, good. You guys can hear me now. Yeah, there was a glitch earlier. So what had happened is I had to start over again. I didn't do the same thing as I did, but this is good. So what I'm doing right now is, I hope everybody's, welcome in folks. I hope everybody's having a good day. I know Tuesdays and Wednesday mornings are good days for people. I don't know if everybody's back in school, where everybody's located. Where are you guys living right now? Are you guys in like a different... You're not, obviously not everybody's in the States, right? Unless you guys are. Are you all in the States? States? I'm also speaking to the vertical group over on this side. So I have two sides. Welcome in, folks. It's always nice to have two kind of directions, right? I think that's important. Yeah. If you have any questions, just let me know, I guess. I'm just waiting for this to download, so there's nothing I can do until I get that together. But we're going to transfer volumes from one video into the one video that I did yesterday of the landscape that just did not have any volume. So it's a sound like situation, right? That's what's going on right now. But this was a good example. You know, something that falls apart, always have the backup, because the backup can actually help you with the editing format. This is what I'm doing now. I'm just waiting for this to upload. So I have the landscape on here, and now we're doing the vertical. So I'm gonna, yeah, let's put the volume lower, even lower, because what I need to do is we need to hear the volume of this now, right? I just need to wait. Almost done, almost done. Okay, so we're gonna do this whole thing. Yeah, so it's been interesting, and I know that I just saw something come in for my Poshmark. I'm just waiting. I can't check it right now, unfortunately. Okay, I'll do that after I'm done with this. I just wanted to do a quick editing example, right? Just a quick editing example. I know I have down music, but since yesterday was a complete disastrous moment. Okay. So check this out. Let me just see if everything's on time. That's format. Okay, so now question is, I'm gonna put the, let me just see. Now let's put the volume down here. Okay. So what I need to do is I need to balance out. I don't know if you guys can see this, but I'm busy. No, okay. You can't really. Okay, so I need to hear the sound quickly. There was some. That's. Formats. This here for now. So I have a slight dilemma. I wasn't able to get on last week for this time because. Okay. So now we just need to move this. Oh gosh. Hold on. I need to. I just put that at the top over there. Oh, no, no, no. Hold on. Oh, God. Okay, hold on. Why are we having issues here? Okay, so now we need to cut and paste this. Take that out. Oh, trash. Okay, let me just see. Time because I had lots to do, and technically I'm working from home, so I have to earn money doing things on Poshmark, which is where I generally generate my income. So I don't. Okay, so that needs to, hold on, let's just take this out. Okay, I think I just need to delete that part. Just double check here. Can't trip on here. So I have a very small space. I'm not the biggest. Well, this space. Okay. We're having a slight glitch issue. Hold on a second. Let me just go out. I need to just double check. So editing is no joke, hey? This is like a whole different, like, kettle of fish here. I don't want this. This is not what I want. I want... Sorry, it's just unfortunate that I can't show the entire thing. Just see which is the... Oh, I got that. Okay, hold on. So that's not it. Let me... So, but what you can see is I just want to get the sounds equal out the sounds. I don't know if anybody can see that, but I'll record this so it's an example of something that people could probably use. That I generally work in is a little bit. I have a slight dilemma. I'm going to be wearing my smaller other earplugs. I don't have this mic on because 2 seconds. Mic I have to charge. So there are like lots going on today. And I just came back from my gym training, so I wasn't able to get on last week. I'm not going all crazy into this. Okay, so now I need to figure out where the glitching sound happened here. Hold on. So for me, I'm not here to... So I don't... let me separate the sounds quickly, 2 seconds. Let me lower the volume here, so... Oy, oy, oy. Show off anything because that's not what I do. Like that much. I know that this new generation on social media. Okay, so we need to backtrack this. Let me just see where we are now. Gosh, man, come on. Can't trip on here. So I have a very small space. I'm not... Okay, so I want to... Let me just put the volume off over here and see where we are. Just give me a second. Okay, now... Okay. Okay, and then... So I have a slight dilemma. I'm going to be wearing my other earplugs for that. Okay, so what I'm doing right now, I don't know if you guys can see it, but thank you for popping over and watching. I do appreciate you being here. I really do. I wasn't able to get on last week for... But now I'm busy editing at the moment, so it's like this whole thing. And technically, I'm working from home, so I have to earn money doing things on Poshmark, which is where I generally generate my income. So I don't have... Though I do have time, I don't have, like, that much time, if you know what I mean. I don't have the whole day to sit and chit-chat. I have to kind of get things done. So I think today I wanted to talk about, reconnecting. What's going on here? Okay. Very interesting. Okay, oops. Can't trip on here. So I have a very small space. Okay, so that's what we need, that part. So I'm going to clip that, right? Okay. And now I'm going to send this over. I think that's where I started the last one. Just see. No, no, no. Come on. So I'm now sending it over so we can try to get the evened out sound. But the whole point is have two backups just in case you have issues. For instance, I'm doing crazy stuff here. I'm not doing just like the normal record and edit. I'm literally using the lives to record because I find it's just easier for me to save and come back to check on it later. I don't always think just having it on the phone is going to work because most of the time you need to save space on your phone or else the phone just does not work, right? Not the biggest, well, the space that I generally work in is a little bit smaller. I don't have this. Okay, so I just want to put the volume. Let me just fix the volume here. Oh, gosh. Edit. Come on. Why are we having such problems today? Volume off, and then we're going to turn the other one volume back on. Okay, now let me see what I have here. Can't trip on here. So I have a very small space. Okay, we're almost there. So I need to now. Okay, so delete that section. I'm not the biggest. Well, the space that I generally work in is a little bit smaller. I don't have this. Okay, so something's going on here. What the heck did I just do? Here, so I have a very small space. So what you want to do is you want to even out the sound. So if you have to layer it accordingly. So if one video, welcome in, hi, sorry. I'm busy editing the video that I did yesterday. I don't know if anybody was here yesterday, but I had a glitch on the left side and the sound went off. But luckily I saved the sound and the video on the right side. So what I'm doing now is I'm molding the two together so I can get the sound on the landscape, because the landscape is sort of an important video to have. The vertical is cool, but the landscape is where the money is generated, right? So that's why you want to have two, is that one of them is great for marketing, which is the vertical side, and the other side is where you can actually generate the larger income. So having both becomes a valuable asset. I would recommend, if you do YouTube, don't just focus on the vertical format, focus on the landscape as well. It might be a lot of work, but there's always like a better chance of more things happening if you have more of the landscape videos. The verticals and the shorts don't generate the money as much. I'm not making money on, let's just get it straight, I'm not making money on YouTube. What I am doing is I'm keeping all my videos so that eventually, once I am technically monetized on here, I have everything together. So I make my money in other platforms, or I did. I was monetized on Facebook, and then I stopped. And then I was monetized, not monetized, but I was doing the shop for TikTok. Then I stopped, and I was like, this is too much work. This becomes more valuable for me because as an artist, YouTube is more credible on a larger format in all the industries. So that's why I'm basically here, right? So let me just fix this up. I just want to get the sounds correct. Here, so I have a very small space. I'm not the biggest. Okay, so let's now hear. Oops. Oh gosh. Okay. Put the volume back on here. So what I'm doing right now is I'm using YouTube Creates. It's actually not bad. I'm sort of happy with the outcome of this. It's almost, I think it's really a good, the only I think my only problem with this is that it doesn't have, this is why I sometimes use Instagram edits, is that when you edit your video on YouTube, you would have to first reverse. So what happens is you're seeing me right now reversed. When I first started doing the lives, it wasn't this way. I don't know why they changed it. I don't know what it is. So in order for you to see me the right way around, I would have to have another application or software to transfer or convert me into the opposite side. So since I can't do that right now because I don't have that converter, I'm now using YouTube Create to go back and re-edit it. But before you do that, because it doesn't have the mirror image, you would have to do that automatically on your phone and reverse the mirror image and then directly send it over. So there are a couple of problems with the app. I do think that they need to really think about that first. Let me just see quickly what's going on here. Let me just see the sound. So I have a very small space. Well, the space that I generally work in is a little bit smaller. Well, the space that I generally work in is a little bit. I don't have this mic on because this mic, smaller. I have to charge this. I don't have. Okay. So we need to edit that part. Take that out. Let's just see if we got this mic on because this mic I have to charge. So there are like lots going on today. I don't have this mic. And I just came back from my gym training, so I'm not. So there are like lots going on. I'm not going all crazy into dressing up too much because. Okay, so as you see right now, I'm busy working on having to balance out the sounds. So you can do it on here, but you have to make sure the sound's on both videos. Even if you have a little bit of sound on the other video, as long as you balance it out, you can then silence one of them, which doesn't, like this landscape one, as you get along, once the glitch actually happened, it basically silenced the entire rest of the video. So I know that the visuals on the landscape are important, so I'm going back in and I'm reworking that, and that's what I'm basically doing right now. So it's not a music kind of, I mean, it's sound, right? I'm having to work on the sound. So this is what I'm doing. And when I'm finished with this, you'll get a chance to see what I finally readjusted and fixed up, and I will have it playing on the landscape format on here next. So I just want to go back and fix it up, but you have to kind of layer it first. The overlay is great because you can, I could technically do that now. I'll show you the overlay. So this is the overlay, right? And you go into adjust. I just saw this the other day. There's a section down here that goes to adjustments. You go right to the end and it puts it on yeah, you can just, by doing that, you lose, so it was here, look. Okay, so it's there in that little corner over there. Once I adjust it and remove that, all you get, and the leftover part will be the sound. So the sound is now remaining if I really wanted to do that, and that will be then used to edit and adjust and so on and so forth. But I'm going to leave that for now, okay? We're going to leave that for now. So I make sure that's done. Okay, so that's basically just what I wanted to talk about, is how to fix up a video, even though I didn't talk about it on the actual live. Yesterday was also a bit of a pickle because the sound went off and there was a glitch probably on YouTube. I don't know what happened there, but the glitch caused the sound to disappear on the one that glitched. For instance, this one just glitched on the right-hand side today, just as well I had the left. And I was able to go back and start it over again, but it was a little irritating because I already knew that the sound was just not going to work from yesterday's experience. But having both together, unless you want to start over again, but having both together as an example of how being multi-diverse in different skills becomes very useful, because it actually helps you with lots of things. I made all this stuff. I made this. I made this. I made this. You know, you're saving money if you make your own stuff. You don't have to go out and waste your money on asking people, like asking people on Fiverr to help you. Like these are skills you can easily learn by yourself. It's not something that should be a surprise. Okay, this is something we can all be doing as individuals, as you just keep practicing each different skill, and those skills you can eventually mold into something larger, like a YouTube channel or something. So yeah, but have the skills. I always talk about having the skills because the skills do matter. I might not be earning on here, but I'm certainly using these videos for learning editing, for going in and fixing sound, for listening back into the music that I'm working on. All of this stuff is practice for me too. I'm practicing every time I get on here. I'm practicing another skill. So don't just, I don't see YouTube as just generating money. Like, it's not, for me, I've made money. Like, I've made money back in the day. I had jobs. So I know what I earned, like, yearly or monthly, from different workplaces in different countries versus just social media. Everybody comes on and says, this is a new generation. Social media is like a new thing. I mean, it's not a new thing, but it's a new thing. But I'm going to tell you right now, the money is not always on here. You can actually make more money doing other things. Use it as, for me, like I'm using it as a resource section. Like I'm resourcing my stuff. And I'm utilizing my skills and I'm practicing all these things. Because it does help in the end, right? And you're also learning how to talk. Like talking and communication on these lives or video or editing becomes very, very useful. These are practicing skills. In fact, my sister studied acting, and she was always like playing roles and performing different characters and all this stuff. Something I was very shy. I was not like a big person when it came down to acting. It was just not my thing. Even on stage, like I perform, but I don't like perform like with thousands and thousands and thousands. My sister probably could. But some people are better. I'm like a little bit more of a recluse, so I find myself feeling more comfortable doing this kind of stuff than I would being on a stage performing Romeo and Juliet or Shakespeare, because it's just not what I do. It's just not what I do. So my sister might be good at that, but I'm certainly not the type of person to do that. Okay, so I'm going to finish this up, but I must get back to my Poshmark, guys. I wanted to just quickly explain on a video that I'm now going back and editing the video that was not working properly yesterday, which was the glitch that we had. So I'm going back in and reworking that system and that process now. And that's where I am. So there you have it. I have to go check my Poshmark. I have a whole bunch of things I need to do for that, since that's where I make the money selling this stuff and this stuff at the moment, okay, during the week. Before it was reversed. During the week I was always teaching music. So music was always like where I earned money. But since I broke my leg, I've had to find a way to work around my situation, which is being at home and having to accept the fact that I cannot work in a normal environment. Like I can't pick up things and run after kids anymore. It's just not something I can do. So I've had to find my workaround. Okay, folks, thank you for popping over. I'm literally just going to go in and edit this. What you're going to see is the final outcome on my channel, and then I'll even walk through, like in the bio section, in the description section, what I did, because it might be useful for somebody else to learn. Right? This is another skill that you could probably reuse for yourself for whatever it is that you're doing. So always have two things going on at once. Don't just record it one way. Record it both ways, because you never know what happens, right? Okay, folks, I must do my Poshmark. I have so many things I need to do and keep an eye out for. So this was just a brief, like, hi, sorry I wasn't here like the past couple of weeks. I was on Sundays because my student was gone and now he's back. So I'm most likely going to be doing, Tuesdays. Wednesdays, it's kind of a little tight squeeze because I have to do other things. So, okay, have a great one, folks. Thank you so much.